What's going on, guys? It's Josh back with another episode of Oh My Josh Tutorials. Today we're going to be doing another color change. This one's called the snap change. If you know how to snap, you can do it. Come with me. Alright guys, so a quick little performance of this trick is you're going to basically come to the spectator with the card in your hand, like this right here. And by holding the card in by whatever corner you're comfortable with, there's a couple ways you can do it, but basically I like to hold it right here. And I just kind of flick the card, and certain ways that you flick it, sorry for the road noise by the way, but certain ways that you flick it, it'll actually change into a different card. Now, that is basically the color change. You want to learn how it's done? Come with me. Alright guys, so the explanation to this color change is really simple, and it really is a snap in your fingers. I want you to kind of visualize what I'm doing when I'm snapping. Basically, if you hold your thumb and your middle finger together, a lot of people are going to snap like that, but some people will put these fingers here and kind of pop like that. So you really have two fingers and your thumb. Okay, but keeping in mind that these two fingers are staying pretty much in contact. So from this position, you're using the middle finger to snap, but this finger's kind of still staying here. That's the principle of the snap change. Because what you're doing is you're using your middle finger to kind of drag the card in front back, and you're using the first finger to hold the card that's in the back as you drag the card in the front to the back. I'll give you a demonstration. So for a snap change, you are going to need two cards. It's a color change. It's a given. You need two cards to do a color change. So what we're going to do is, and always use two different cards. By different, I mean like don't use the 9 of diamonds and the 9 of hearts. It's going to be too similar. You're not going to notice the actual change. It's not going to be obvious. That's why I like using something like a face card and then a opposite color number card. There's a striking difference in the two. So when the color change happens, it's obvious as to what took place. And I want to give you a little heads up, a little pointer too. As I notice as I'm recording the video, always do things like this. Always practice watching yourself either in a mirror or recording yourself so you can watch it later going back. Do it from different angles. Record yourself with your phone from this side, from whatever. Different angles so you can kind of tell what works best. But this trick is kind of angle sensitive, and I'll show you what I mean. So basically, you're going to want to hold the card by the corner with the number in it, the pip corner. I like to do it. Now, when I first learned this, it was easier for me to use 3 fingers in the front and 1 in the back. I just found it gave me more traction to grab a hold of the first card, to pull it to the back. But as I've done it over the years, I've learned that the 2 fingers in the front works a lot easier for me. But when I say it's it's angle sensitive, you got to be careful. I'm tall. I'm 6'4". If I'm performing for someone shorter than me, I have to make sure I keep it more at their eye level and not up here where I am. Because if it's up where I am, somebody that's looking kind of upward at an angle from me, they're going to see this. Okay? Not magical. Not magical at all when you see where that first card goes. And if you notice there's a sound, you can kind of hear the card sliding. That's why the flip is necessary. It covers that sound. It kind of makes a purpose for the sound to be there, whereas if you just kind of do it, then there's going to be the sound. But enough with that. Let's get into how it actually works. I've showed you enough times. I'm sure you're probably getting the hang of it. But basically, all you're going to do is 2 fingers in the front on the pip corner. And you're going to hold the card mainly with these 2 fingers, your thumb and your first finger here. And then you're going to use the middle finger to do the snapping motion. The snapping motion is going to glide that first card down the side of your thumb like this. And I'll do it in slow motion as much as I can. but it's going to take that first card, and it's going to do that. And now at the time this happens, you're going to be face on, so you're not going to see this card back here, which is completely flat to you. It's here, it's covered. So again, watch your angles. From this angle you're good, but you can't see the front. From this angle you're bad. And they can see from the top too, so be careful. This angle you're completely exposed. Don't do this trick to people on your left. To cover it up, it's pretty straightforward. One pointer I will give you: don't use ultra super slick cards. Use cards though that have enough slickness to them that they don't clump up. If they're too super slick, you're going to have this thing happen where you're going to get really snappy with it, and you're going to do it fast, and that first card is going to go flying off like that just did. Okay, so you'll lose the card. It'll be visible. Everybody will see what you did. So you want to make sure you have enough to keep a hold of that first card. Now, to clean it up, you are going to need to use usually the deck and your other hand. Okay, what I like to do, let me grab the rest of the deck here. What I like to do is just have the deck in my hand and kind of have the card here. And after I do the trick, what I'm going to do is I'm either going to have the deck, I'm holding it here in this hand, kind of at my stomach or at my waist level. As I come down, I'm just going to drop that card off like that. And I know I'm out of frame, so you can't really see what I'm doing. Recording in the car is not really ideal. I probably won't do this next time, but I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I get into the position. I'm holding the deck in a mechanic's grip at my waist level. My hand drops down slightly, keeping the angles in mind of who I'm showing it to. And as it comes down, I'm dropping that card off, and then I'm handing it out. So, you know, at speed, it's pretty convincing. I mean, you're going to do the snap, you're going to bring it down, and you're going to come over, and it's going to be one card, right like that. If you want to clean it up but not have the deck available, there are ways to do it. I don't really care for them, but ultimately it just involves going from this position and using your first finger, and you're getting the middle finger out of the way as you slide those back together under the cover of your other hand. So you're going to go from this position, and you're going to just kind of drop the cards into your hand. You're not going to do that when they can see you, because you're going to want to like have some kind of pattern to direct their attention to your eyes, to the dog running down the road, the UFOs, literally the buzzards up in the sky. So you're going to direct their attention to something other than your hands to do that, because they are going to notice that you're fiddling with two cards. I like to kind of go back and forth as I square it up. As I go in for this motion, I like to kind of grab it like this, and then with these fingers kind of square it up. I do that a couple times. It moves fast enough. They're not noticing what you're doing. They're not noticing it's two cards. That's pretty much the way the color change is going to work, though. Again, sorry for the traffic noise. I hope this video is going to go up online. I don't know what it's going to sound like. I'll try to fix it if I have to. That mug's loud. That's all for this video. Next time, I am going to show you a color change that is very similar to the snap change. Also to the one I taught last week, last time, which was that little slide change thing, like that. Really cool color change. Next time, we'll go into one that I came up with called the taco change, which is going to be similar to this. And it's fun to do. It's a nice little trick. We'll go into that next time. Hey, Ethan, you want to say see you later? Hey, you want to say oh my Josh?
Oh my Josh.
Oh my Josh tutorials. See you next time, guys. Peace.